Hey guys, it's Mike Green. I'm out in my barn today. I know a little different environment. I was out feeding animals and taking care of a few things, and I got a bee in my bonnet and had something come back to my mind and my heart, and I wanted to share it with you. Hopefully it'll help you as you focus on your health, wealth, relationships, and your purpose. Today I want to talk about massive change. So let me start with a story real quickly if you can. It's a true story. It's my story. About 10 years ago, I was just entering my 30s, and I was working at a great job. I'd been there for 10 years before that. Fantastic company. Loved the people that I work with. I had a great big budget. I had a great staff. I had a consistent paycheck that I could count on. And at that stage of life, I didn't really understand or know what the other side of the coin would be on that, because I'd had that job for a long time, pretty much right into adulthood. It'd been a great job. Moved up in the company. It's fantastic. I have very fond memories of working there. But as I got older, each year, I found myself wanting that my purpose was burning a little brighter, right? As while I loved the job, I did not feel like I was really being true to the purpose that God put me on this earth for, what I believe that God put me on this earth for. And while it was a great job, it was not really scratching that itch. So after a lot of time and thinking and prayer and talking with my family and friends, I had decided that I was going to make that jump and grab the box and put my stuff in and march out, right? No, it wasn't that dramatic, but I left that company and was excited to start this new venture that was going to be closer to my purpose. And you can probably guess how that went. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for the pain and the sacrifice and the trauma that we and I, my family, was going to experience because of that decision. I was trying to make a massive change, a huge change, in not only my personal life, but also my professional life. I was trying to basically change my family history, change it from honest, hardworking men in my family, and change. And I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to do something completely different, not with my hands, not be that person that I thought that I needed to be or had to be. I wanted to be a person that was fully committed to my purpose, fully committed to that massive change. But I was not prepared for the discomfort. I was not prepared for the sacrifice I was going to have to go through. I learned a very, very important principle during that time. Sacrifice, discomfort are necessary ingredients for massive change, but are equal to the amount of success or change that we're seeking. That is our Focus 4 principle for today. Sacrifice and discomfort are both necessary ingredients for change, massive change, and are equal in measure to the progress that we are seeking. If you're seeking massive change in your life, and it doesn't matter if it's in your health, you're trying to lose 100 pounds, your wealth, you're trying to put some money in your bank account, your relationships, you're trying to mend a relationship with your wife, your husband, your kids, maybe extended family, friends, your church, whatever, right? Or even your purpose. Maybe you're trying to make a massive change like I was 10 years ago, make a massive change in my purpose in my life. It doesn't matter where you're at. There is going to be a huge sacrifice. And there's probably going to be some pain. Probably going to be some comfort. It might not be physical pain, but emotional pain, internal pain, you're going to feel some of that. As a matter of fact, you're going to feel it in equal measure to the change or the progress you're trying to make. I don't know any true trailblazer that I've ever read about, watched a movie about, met personally in my life, or even the trailblazing that I've done personally in my life, I have never met someone that did not have a dark period of pain and discomfort, that did not have a time where they felt absolutely hopeless. I don't think that person exists. So, 10 years ago, I'm in that dark place. I did what I think most people do, in that I think, oh man, I went too far. I tried to go I put the dial way far to the right. I need to dial it back. I need to bring it back. I just need to do a small course correction. So I went through a period of Band-Aids and remedies and things, and oh my gosh, now this thing that I've done, it's affecting my relationship with my wife. It's affecting the relationship I have with my kids. I'm now affecting the future relationship to the prosperity, the wealth of my future generations. I've ruined all that. At least that's what my mindset was at the time. So I'm putting these Band-Aids on, trying to fix these problems that I've created because of the massive shift or massive change that I'm trying to make in my life. What I did not recognize, that dark period, that time of true pain, of true discomfort, emotionally, physically, it was going to be equal to the progress and the change that I was seeking. When I look back on that period now, I wouldn't change it for anything. Those tools, those lessons that I learned in my life during that dark period that lasted years, I would not change that for anything. One of the most valuable things that I have in my life. So, here's my challenge to you. I want you to look at the goals that you've set in the different areas of the Focus 4 quadrant: your health, your relationships, your wealth, and your purpose. And I want you to specifically identify and write down in your journal, wherever you want to write it, the sacrifice, the pain, or the discomfort that you are feeling. If you want to lose 100 pounds, are you feeling the pain of that 100 pounds? If you want to make that massive change happen in your life, are you going through that pain and discomfort? Are you feeling it? It's easy, right, when we talk about our health. I want to run a marathon. I want to be able to lose 100 pounds. I want to do whatever. Those are easy to identify. I'm going to have to pound the pavement. My knees are going to hurt. My back's going to hurt. My legs are going to hurt. Or I'm going to have to put down the fork. Or I'm going to have to do whatever to feel that physical pain. Now, there's some emotion there. There's some other types of pain that we feel with our health goals, but it's easy to identify there. It's much harder to identify what that pain is going to be when I say that my marriage is broken. My relationship with my children is not where it needs to be. My relationship with a sibling, my relationship with my parents, my relationship with my friends, my community, my church, whatever. I've ruined that relationship. And my goal is to mend that relationship. So what pain, maybe of awkwardness, maybe of picking up that phone and making that call, maybe letting down your own personal ego, your own personal agenda, maybe that's the pain that you have to go through in order to get massive change in your life. I want to challenge you to do that. If you find that you are having a hard time recognizing what that pain, what that discomfort is, probably are just course correcting. You're probably not going far enough to make that massive change. And I have a feeling that if you're watching this video, it's because you are trying to make massive change in your life. My promise to you and a promise that is absolutely true from the bottom of my stomach is that massive change requires massive discomfort. You can make massive change, I promise.